You ever drop $70 on a bottle you swear is gonna be a banger, only to hate yourself by the second sip?
We've got a shelf full of those mistakes, and today we are naming names. We got 10 bottles, 10 letdowns, no mercy. Hopefully this will save you some money, or at least make you feel better about your own whiskey mistakes. Let's start it off with bottle number 1. Eddie, what do you got?
My first bottle is Balcone's True Blue Cask Strength. Look, I wanted to love this. Living in Texas, I almost felt compelled to love this. But in reality, it felt like I was drinking a flaming desert tumbleweed.
Oh,
Yeah, like a tumbleweed on fire.
oh.
That's what it felt like.
Just sounds painful.
This is 100% blue corn whiskey, bottled at cask strength. The earthy notes from the blue corn and the high proof just don't play well together. Some people love that bold Texas style, and we love Texas whiskeys and the Texas style. But for me, this bottle was all fire and no finesse.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I remember the first time I tried this, it was during a whiskey blind, and I thought it was straight from like pump number 7.
Yeah, it's one of those that have a GPS signal and you know exactly where it is at all times.
Yeah.
And then once it gets to the bottom, it's coming up.
Yeah, it's Mount Vesuvius time. Yeah. Villages of Pompeii, run. I'm gonna come out swinging.
Okay, I'm ready for this.
My first bottle is Old Forester 1920.
Ooh, I actually like that one.
I know. Now, don't get me wrong. I love some of the other bottles in the Whiskey Row series. The 1910 is a fantastic double oak, and the 1897 is really good too. And I tried the 1924 recently, and it was fantastic. But for me, this one was hot, sharp, and kind of unbalanced. It gave off a lot of ethanol, and it never quite calmed down enough to let the flavor shine. I came back to it a few times thinking maybe I'd get it one day, but that day never came.
Next on my list is Heaven's Door Single Barrel Select at cask strength. Now this is one of those bottles that to me sounds great on paper. It's high proof, it's single barrel, a cool label from Bob Dylan. But flavor wise, in this case, the cask strength didn't embolden the bourbon, it actually detracted from it. I get the spice with heat and a fairly unremarkable bourbon finish after that.
For my second bottle, I'm going with Yellowstone's Toasted Finish. Now, toasted finishes are usually a win for me. They bring that sweet oak, that vanilla, and sometimes even marshmallow. And I expected that here, but I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't get it. Now, I bought this bottle when I was in my toasted bourbon phase, but this bottle was very underwhelming. I honestly didn't know much about Yellowstone, other than it was the first national park in the US, and it's a damn good TV show, so impulsively I thought, Yellowstone toasted bourbon must be really good. All I got with this bottle was bitterness, a thin feel, and almost kind of like a metallic flavor on the finish. Needless to say, this was an impulse buy that didn't pay off.
all right, Ryan. You think you ruffled some feathers with your Old Forester? Get ready for this one. Because people are gonna lose their damn minds when I tell them what my next disappointing shelf of shame whiskey is. E.H. Taylor Small Batch.
Oh,
That's right.
Damn.
Bring it in the comment section, bring it. Now, before you guys all get up in a tizzy, it's not that bad. It's that it's not worth the damn chase. I like the bottle, but for the price and the allocated status, I think it belongs in the wall of shame.
Wow.
In a previous video, we recommended John J. Bowman as an alternative to E.H. Taylor, and I firmly believe that. Less expensive, and in my opinion, I think it's better. I'd also recommend trying any of Bardstown Bourbon Company's Discovery Series bourbons, especially their bottled and bond, as it provides excellent value and even better flavor. Now, if this bottle was widely available at retail, I'd probably buy it again. But in this market, and with so many craft distilleries making incredible bourbons, hard pass.
All right, guys, for my next bottle, I'm going with Frank August Small Batch Bourbon. Look at this thing. Look at this bottle. Look at that topper. Look, this one is gorgeous. Gorgeous?
Yeah, that's the most gorgeous.
This one is gorgeous. It's got a sleek bottle, minimalist label, and I wanted to love it before even popping the cork. I primarily bought this one because I thought this one was gonna look really good on my whiskey shelf. You know what? It does.
Oh, that's nice.
It does, but that's all it's good for. Honestly, the taste is, it's drinkable, it's fine, but it's forgettable. And at $65, I expected a little bit more complexity, a little bit more depth, and something to talk about. Instead, this feels more like a whiskey made for Instagram and not whiskey nerds.
The next one on my list is Pig Camtock. This one was a limited release from Pig, And in all my FOMO glory, I went out of my way to pick up a bottle and was pretty disappointed. This one was labeled as a perfect campfire sipper with notes of sweet maple and citrus and toasted bread crust. So I thought that this could be a great bottle for the fall. It's not bad per se, but it's very forgettable. I generally love wheat whiskeys, but this one was drier, spicier, and less interesting than some of the other ones that I've had before. I respect the creativity of working alongside Solo Stove to toast the wood, but it really never came together other than a marketing scheme. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Next on my list is one that you may or may not be familiar with. M&H Elements Sherry Cask, which is a single malt whiskey from Israel. And this is another one that I had high hopes for. I love world whiskeys, and this one came with a cool story. It was aged in Israel's intense climate using unique casks. In fact, this was one of the bottles that we featured in our international whiskey battle, where we went bracket style with 8 whiskeys from countries that you might not normally associate with whiskey. Not only that, but this bottle won World's Best Single Malt at the World Whiskey Awards in 2023. All that combined, I was all aboard the hype train. But instead, what I got was this like funky rubbery nose.
Oh.
It was almost like the smell you get after sharpening a pencil. It was like that mixed with wine. I let the bottle breathe for a while, but when I came back to it, my thoughts on it didn't really change. Now maybe other M&H bottles are better, but this one went straight to the regret pile.
Next on my list is New Riff Single Barrel. Now this one stung because New Riff usually makes some great stuff. I love New Riff, but the single barrel didn't really do it much for me.
Okay.
I'd rather stick with their 6-year malted rye, which I think is incredible.
It's a fantastic bottle.
Yeah, single barrels can be hit or miss, and this one missed hard. Could I do worse with about $65? Sure. Can I do much better? An emphatic yes.
All right, next on my list, I've got Nulu Double Od Rye. I thought this bottle was gonna be a slam dunk. First of all, Nulu has a great reputation, and double oaked whiskeys are some of my favorites.
They are.
But instead, you know what it was like?
Like what?
It was like chewing on an oak stave.
Oh. Wow. See, I didn't get a lot of oak when I drank it.
No?
I thought I was gonna get a lot more oak. And
Yeah?
I was very disappointed that I didn't get a lot of oak.
Okay. Either way, it was terrible. This thing had absolutely no balance, no sweetness to round it out, and the rye spice got completely buried by the higher proof. This one, honestly, has been a chore to finish.
Yeah, I believe it.
We want to hear from you guys. What's on your shelf of shame? Put it in the comments. Now, at the end of the day, whiskey is personal. These bottles that we just talked about might be your favorites, and hey, that's cool. But sometimes the hype can get us, the packaging can sway us, and even the guy at the liquor store can oversell it. And sometimes, even we fall for it.
Yeah, we're not perfect. We look like it, but we're not. The lesson? Try before you buy if you can. And don't worry, we've got a video full of great bottles that you should be hunting.
If you're looking for those underrated bourbons that actually deliver, we made a list just for you. It's called The Best Bourbons That No One Is Talking About, and it should be popping up right here on your screen any second now.
And if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Let them know that we are building a community of whiskey lovers just like you.
Till next time,
Cheers.
cheers.
Ugh.